Now, we've briefly talked about how a repousse is a relief sculpture, meaning that it's three-dimensional in only some directions. A sculpture that's three-dimensional in all directions you could look at from all angles, and there would be something else to see. For a repousse or a relief sculpture, you would only see a three-dimension from one angle, so it's coming out from this flat background. So it would still hang on a wall, but it would have a three-dimensional component to it. And the repousse we're making is a symbol, a Mayan symbol. And you may create your own using the sheet that we're going to look at today, or you could use one of the ones that you find. If you decide to choose one that is this simple or this simple, you need to add something to it because this is way too simple to use. So pick which one you want. I want you to at least practice two. Try two different ones. You're going to use just a scrap piece of paper to start. You will get your final square so that you can trace it. So take your final square, trace it so you know exactly how big your symbol needs to be. Alright, so I got one. Oh, you can't even see that. And two. I'll make this one darker so you can see it. Okay. So in one of these, I'm going to pick a symbol to try out that's going to fill most of this square. I think I will try God. So I'm going to break the shapes down. Some of these can be quite complicated, and if you just break it into simpler shapes, it becomes a lot easier. This is a series of circles on top of a little curved edge. And if I look at the general shape, it's almost a rectangle here. There's a little swoop coming out at the bottom. So if I do a straight line with a little swoop and then almost a straight line back, I'll have that first part of the face done. And then maybe do some curved lines coming out for the back. Break it into pieces. There's a little, almost a circle here and a circle here. Alright, so move in a little bit, down and out and in. It doesn't have to look exactly like the symbol. I just want it to look similar. Now there is a little spiral on the inside. I can add that afterwards, but notice I did the simple circles first. Up top, there's a series of swoops. There's one down right on top of that circle there, so I think I'm going to do that one first. So it comes up and over, and another second one up and over. Now this keeps going up. Ooh, I'm running out of space. I might have to simplify it a little bit. Curve it in again. So I might eliminate one of those lines and just do one line instead of two, so that I can fit my circles up top. Now you can see I left a lot of space at the bottom and I'm running out of space up top. So I'm really glad that I practiced this first so I know exactly where I should start on my square in order for this to fit. I'll add that little swirl on the inside, and then it looks like there's a curve here and a circle for the eye. Alright, not only that, but now I have a bunch of empty space in my background. I want to add some kind of a really simple pattern or texture. So in a lot of cases I would just do lines, so a diagonal line. In this case it did a straight line down, wavy lines. You could do circles if you wanted to. I think I'm gonna stick with lines for this as well. I like the lines in the back of it. It's simple enough, and alright. So then you would do one more and then pick the one that you like the best. I chose the really simple one, which is basically just 2 ovals and an X. I don't want it to be this simple, so I'll add some circles in the middle, maybe in the back here, and maybe a shape or something like a triangle coming out of the sides, just so it's not so plain. This looks a lot more interesting. Maybe for this one, I'll do a sunburst of lines. So they kind of go out like the rays of a sun all the way around the picture. Okay. So then I would pick the one that I'd really like to do, and it's kind of hard. I like them both now. I was kind of thinking I would do that, but after I did that, I kind of like that one too. I think I'm going to go with this one. Now, you have a square here. If you really like exactly how it's drawn, since you drew this, you are allowed to trace your drawing because it's your drawing. I'll try and trace other things. If this was the one you wanted to do and you knew this was up too high, what I could do is slide my paper a little higher because I knew there was nothing going on at the bottom down here, and it would give me a little space to make those circles up top. And I've decided to do this one. So, and you don't have to trace it if you just want to draw it again. That's fine.